Hey Libra, I want to see what is going to come out for you guys. We've got the Emperor on the back of the deck. If this does resonate, like, share and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. We've got the Star first card out, 44 seconds on the clock. Feels like an energy of healing. The Chariot, yeah, moving on from something. You could have been stuck in a rut, trying to overcome something within yourself for a long time. You're moving out of this now. You've been successful in making something, becoming aware of something, making the unconscious conscious. You're not reacting to situations how you once would emotionally. You've mastered your emotion, mastering your magic, mastering your energy. The Magician. Ace of Swords. Feels like it's been difficult to stand in your truth, that you've had to sit and process something, accept something about yourself, about something that's happened. There's a message. It's like something in your past or something that you've gone through that you're now going to be helping others with in some way, sharing your story, sharing your truth in whatever way that is. Maybe it isn't so directly as speaking your truth. Maybe it's in some kind of creative way, sharing a message indirectly. For some of you, could be through some kind of creative expression. You're ready to take something to the next level. Some of you, it's like running something by yourself, owning your own business, running your own business, leading something. Okay. Something coming through about marriage, Two of Cups and the Lovers coming out together. Follow your first instincts. What is this? Some of you could be conflicted about what kind of relationship you want and why you want it. It could be in terms of some kind of programming, what you've been told you should want, what you have been told you should expect from a relationship, where it should go, the way you should deal with things. Maybe in terms of that traditional approach to things. It feels like you're in a place now where you are doing what you want to do. That even if you was to do something traditionally, maybe marriage, that maybe it wouldn't be in such a traditional sense. It's like taking all things into consideration and then choosing what works for you. Maybe using some elements of what you've always understood, but tweaking things in your own way. It feels like you've released any pressure to do things just because it's some expectation of you. You're taking charge of your own life. It's taken a lot of discipline to get to this place. It feels like it's taken a lot of courage. Maybe in terms of having to speak your truth to your family, to your loved ones. Maybe the fear of rejection or being cast out in some way. It feels like you've had to back yourself. The advice is to let go, to accept something. Instead of trying to make yourself feel better about a situation, accept it for what it is and then feel better. That thing of how we tell ourselves stories just to cope. It's like, be mindful of what you're telling yourself. You know the truth of something. It's like there's no way to look at something optimistically here. Don't bypass your feelings. It's like telling yourself you're good logically, but are you? Something needs to be released, something needs to be felt. Take your time with this. This isn't something to rush. This isn't something to get done. Trust that the timing of things, and as events and people and situations come into place, that things are going to happen to help you shift. Instead of being like bullheaded about it in terms of like forcing yourself to release something out of despair, out of desperation to move on. It's like instead of trying to let go, to actually let go. I'm trying to think how to explain this. It's like sometimes when we're not trying to heal, when we're not trying to make something work, is exactly when it heals, exactly when it works, when we get out of our own way. Instead of trying to make ourselves believe that something didn't hurt us, it's like to accept something for what it is. That it's taking more energy for you to pretend that something's not hurting than it would be to feel the hurt and to transmute that. Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're your first priority right now, and it's like that's the advice. You can't pour from an empty cup. Do something your way. There may be a lot of confusion around you, seeing that you could take many different paths. It's not that there's only one path, but what path fits right for you, what is right for you. It feels like you're being shown all ways, maybe given all kinds of opportunities. Maybe some of these are for you to turn down. You could be turning down opportunities that you would have given anything for at one point, because you've seen what you truly value, seen what you will do, seen what you won't do. You've worked too hard to create this sense of self to not protect it, the sun. Yeah, keep focused on your own joy, on your own happiness. Do what feels right to you. And it may mean turning down something and waiting a little longer, or doing something your own way, but trust in what feels right. Yeah, it's like, don't rush. There's no need to rush. Slow and steady wins the race. Take time to rest, to rejuvenate, to feel good. Maybe traveling somewhere. Yeah, it's an opportunity to move away from some kind of toxic environment. This could be somewhere that you've always known, somewhere you've always lived, or with certain individuals you've always lived with. It feels like you're being asked to take your own path, to go somewhere, maybe solo. It's like things are going to unfold, but you have to have the courage to move away from these things that are causing you inner turmoil, that keep you restricted. It's like, free yourself. Cut your own chains, free yourself. The Chariot, the Devil, Strength, the Star, the Emperor, the Fool. The High Priestess. Something you've been you've had a vision, you've been envisioning, something you've been working towards, some kind of dream, creating something from nothing. It feels like a dream that, as much as you entertained it, you never really thought it would come through. Things are actually balancing out because you are now walking in this dream. It's like something is possible that once wasn't possible. But it means letting go of the weight. Letting go of the way you think you should do something. It's like really humbling yourself how you know nothing. Get ready to receive. It's like you can't prepare for what you don't know. Let go of control. Some of you guys need to just take a break completely. It's like really having that trust that you can take your hands off, that you take your eye off the ball, and that things will unfold. Because you could be investing a lot of energy on focusing, on working on something, creating something, and it's like Spirit's trying to get your attention over here, but you're so tuned in over there. There's a better way, there's a better path, there's an easier way of doing this, there's a more you way of doing this, more liberating way of doing this, and it may not mean taking the step that you feel you need to take. There may be a more abstract way of going about something. It's like, say you want to build something, so you buy the materials to build it, and you sit there by yourself building it piece by piece. But maybe if you travel to this certain location, there's this master builder guy who's got this thing that can help you with this, or that already has some kind of material, or has a different method that is going to take you a different amount of time, or there's something. It's like, while you're focusing so hard on making something work here, and it's like, Spirit's like, we know what you want to make work. We know what you want to happen here. It's like, be open to help, be open to guidance, be open to yourself, trust in your own internal guidance system. Some of you could have some kind of limiting belief that even your dream is too big for you to create. So it's like half-assing something, because what's the point of fully investing in this, because it could never be. It's like, if you really believed that this was possible, how many hours would you be putting into this? How would you be, like, if you really believed that your intuition was guiding you the right way, would you doubt it? It's time to really believe, amp up that belief, believe in the magic. The rabbit, fear, yeah, number 30. The raccoon, the little bandit, and the bat, ritualistic death. Something needs to end. It feels like an end to fear. Finding the courage to go after what you truly want. Interesting. Okay, little bandit, Robin Hood energy. What's coming up with this? Is there something that you could have gone through that had you scared, that had you in a state of fear? Someone could have treated you a certain way, some kind of event, just some way you've lived where you were stuck in fear. It feels like you've learned how to transcend this. You've learned how to master the power of your heart. And with this Robin Hood energy, it's like helping others to master this, giving back by giving others the template in terms of something, how to do something, how to transcend something, showing others their own light by you showing up in yours. That thing of we don't actually heal somebody, but it's like our vibration, our energy, our truth awakens the part of them that we are showing up in. It's like something that you're emanating, something that you're being, something that you're doing is having a knock-on effect, is filtering out. And it's helping others. It's like a guiding light kind of energy. Yes, the eagle, guys, number 111 on the clock. The eagle, that doesn't show up often. Eagle spirit, number 41, page 41. Eagle, fly high, touch great spirit, share your medicine, touch me, honor me, so that I may know you too. Eagle medicine is the power of the great spirit, the connection to the divine. It is the ability to live in the realm of spirit and yet remain connected and balanced within the realm of earth. Eagle soars and is quick to observe expansiveness within the overall pattern of life. From the heights of the clouds, eagle is close to the heavens where great spirit dwells. The feathers of eagle are considered to be the most sacred of healing tools. They have been used for centuries by shamans to cleanse the auras of patients coming to them for healing. Within the belief systems of Native American tribes, eagle represents a state of grace, achieved through hard work, understanding, and a completion of the tests of initiation which result in the taking of one's personal power. I'm literally seeing a little lamb morph into a lion, and it's like, it's a huge transformation. It's like staring in the mirror and seeing a whole different person. The things that you've overcome, the things that you've faced, the things that you've had to tolerate throughout this lifetime. There's something here about, something's coming through. I posted this today on my story on Insta about that you have become the person that would have protected the younger version of yourself, or a once version of yourself. It feels like others may not see this. Take time to celebrate how far you've come. That you don't get certificates, you don't get praise, there's no award ceremony for your shadow work, there's no celebration for these milestones, that we can quickly dismiss the obstacles we've overcome, how far we've come, because it's not something that others are aware of a lot of the time, or in some cases. So it's like, take a minute to realize where you stand today, and then plan your next steps as this version of you, from this version of you, as this version. Because you could feel like you're two people at once right now, in between two worlds. Maybe in shock that you're even showing up how you are, because it seemed like it was such a impossible mission. It is only through the trial of experiencing the lows in life as well as the highs, and through the trial of trusting one's connection to the Great Spirit, that the right to use the essence of eagle medicine is earned. If you have pulled this symbol, eagle is reminding you to take heart and gather your courage, for the universe is presenting you with an opportunity to soar above the mundane levels of your life. The power of recognizing this opportunity may come in the form of a spiritual test. In being astute, you may recognize the places within your soul, personality, emotions, or psyche that need bolstering or refinement. By looking at the overall tapestry, eagle teaches you to broaden your sense of self beyond the horizon of what is presently visible. As I said tapestry, the word tantra come up in my mind, like a picture of the word. Maybe practicing that, looking into that, the oneness of things. In learning to fiercely attack your personal fear of the unknown, the wings of your soul will be supported by the ever-present breezes, which are the breath of the Great Spirit. Feed your body, but more importantly, feed your soul. Within the realm of Mother Earth and Father Sky, the dance that leads to flight involves the conquering of fear and the willingness to join in the adventure that you are co-creating with the divine. If eagle has majestically soared into your card, you're being put on notice to reconnect with the element of air. Air is of the mental plane, and in this instance is of the higher mind. Wisdom comes in many strange and curious forms and is always related to the creative force of the Great Spirit. If you have been walking in the shadows of former realities, eagle brings illumination. Eagle teaches you to look higher and to touch Grandfather's sun with your heart, to love the shadow as well as the light. See the beauty in both and you will take flight like the eagle. Eagle medicine is the gift we give ourselves to remind us of the freedom of the skies. Eagle asks you to give yourself permission to legalize freedom and to follow the joy your heart desires. Some of you is like just like catching a flight. Ghost ones, not maybe telling anyone where you're going, just catching a flight, taking some time for you. It's like really doing what you can to minimize outside projection, to stay in your own energy right now. It feels like a huge transition. Yeah, the bat rebirth, page 205. Sacred bat flew to me from the darkness of the cave. Womb-like reflections, answers it gave, birth, death, rebirth, cycles of the whole, never ending, just eclipse the journey of the soul. Shamanistic death, the ritual death of the healer, is steeped in secrets and highly involved initiation rites. Shaman death is a symbolic death of the initiate to the old ways of life and personal identity. The initiation that brings the right to heal and to be called shaman is necessarily preceded by ritual death. If bat has appeared today, it symbolises the need for a ritualistic death of some way of life that is no longer suiting your new growth pattern. This can mean a time of letting go of old habits and of assuming the position in life that prepares you for rebirth, or in some cases initiation. In every case, bat signals rebirth of some part of yourself, or the death of old patterns. If you resist your destiny, it can be a long, drawn-out or painful death. The universe is always asking you to grow and become your future. To do so, you must die the shaman's death. Move or get moved. That kind of energy is like, first we'll get a polite notice, then we'll get a warning, then we'll get a nudge, then we'll get a wallop. It's like you've asked for something. Once you become conscious of what you truly want, where you're heading, what you desire, it's like you can't hide from you can't hide from your path. It's like free will, yes, but free will, no. the Empress. Let go. The quicker you let go, the easier it's going to be yourself. I'm having a similar message come through about things I need to let go, and as I'm saying this, no, I don't want to let go. Leave me alone. Moon in Taurus. Now is a time for focusing on finances and practical matters. The Wolf. Beware of letting your wilder instincts spin out of control. The Horse is coming through. Just because you've got the power to do something, or it feels like you could see what you would do and what you won't do, and maybe there is something you would do, but you know that it's best not to. And it feels like really it's like if you have like a dog, you train a dog, you care for a dog, it's like the dog knows it could bite your head off, but it chooses not to. It's like you know how you could react, you know what you could do, but just because you know your power doesn't mean you have to use it. It feels like you, with this eagle as well, it feels like you're so trusted with this power, you trust yourself. 1111. Spirit trusts you. It's like, trust yourself, because you wouldn't have access to this information. You wouldn't have been able to get to this point if you hadn't earned it in some way. And that's not in terms of physical work, what I'm talking about. If it resonates, resonates. If you don't. Cat. Make time to focus on your own spiritual well-being and connect to the metaphysical world around you. Yeah, tuning in is going to be necessary right now. I feel that you're going through a huge change. Ancestral wisdom, ancestral support is going to be priceless right now. Number 25, Nathea. Yeah, it's like even how he is holding the light in his hands. It's like bringing the light bringer, sharing your light, teaching others how to use their own light, how to harness their own light. Page number 25, maybe check that. He possesses serenity, moderation, balance, self-control and patience, all of which help him to achieve emotional and material stability. Benevolent, even towards his enemies, he leads a life of happiness and pleasure. Generally self-taught, he is well informed on all subjects. Great paranormal powers are within his scope and the desire to master the esoteric sciences. He knows how to turn to prayer for help with problems and attract revelations that will influence the behaviour of others. Planet Mars. Ruling hour 8 a.m. to 8:20. Reasons for invoking: to receive wisdom and revelations about occult mysteries, to use white magic in order to bring about new revelations, to achieve peace through knowledge of truth. Being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. It feels like with this being distracted, it feels like being distracted by the past, like aware that if something's over, that you want to move forward with something, do something a certain way. But maybe being stuck in some kind of recycling of thought, of feeling of some kind of past event. It feels like you're shifting through this. It feels like going from a place of bending between two worlds to being fully planted in one. Like you're making that shift, making that leap. It may just have taken a minute to move through these fears. It does feel like a huge step, whatever this is. A windfall of money, advice or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. And we've got the Prince of Summer. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. romantic, captivating, dramatic and flirtatious. The mouse is just jumping out at me here as well, on the bear going into the womb, the cave, the going into the void, paying attention to detail. It's like you're aware of what's getting in your way and you have the control to eliminate that, to move that, to change something, to do something different. It's like if wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, whatever you're consuming on a daily, what's not working, it's like whatever you would do the opposite. If you're going to a certain place, stop going to that place, go somewhere else, change the narrative, change the story, change the scene. What kind of day would you be having if you was already if you had already jumped in with both feet to this new world and then create that? Magician 222. I'm going to leave it there. If this did resonate, like, share and subscribe. I'll catch you guys soon. Sending so much love.